everybody, Carla here, and let me show you something pretty scary. Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's right, green juice. Let's talk about this for a second. Here is the truth. Many of us have a love-hate, or let me rephrase, a misunderstand-hate relationship when it comes to vegetables. And if I show you something like this, you're thinking, I don't know what the hell is in that glass. And there's no way I'm drinking it. There's no way on God's green earth that I'm drinking something that green. And here's the truth. It takes some getting used to. If I show you this beautiful vegetable, gorgeous red cabbage. I mean, it's gorgeous, right? Do you automatically think, ooh, yes, juice? No, you don't. You think, okay, maybe in a salad, or maybe not altogether. No. And, you know, I think that we need to get used to the idea that mainlining these vegetables like you're able to do with juice is really good for you, and it can taste good. I know you don't believe me. Honestly, something that's green, trust me, it tastes pretty good. Now, I don't know what's in this. I went green juice crazy yesterday. A friend of mine, Sarah Moore, and I have decided that what we're doing is just gonna go on the green kick for a little while. Just green juices. And I'm doing it because I really want to alkalize my body. I'm just, you know, I'm working on some projects and I want that pure, unadulterated green juice energy. Now, also, I have to say that over the course of juicing, my taste buds have really changed. And the fruit juices, or even the predominantly fruit juices, just don't really do it for me anymore. This is, it's like my crack. I really can't explain why that is. It's just that over time, your taste buds change. Now, one of the reasons that people have such bad relationships with vegetables is because of the relationship that we had with vegetables, or how we were introduced to vegetables when we were younger. Let me tell you a story. I love, and you all have seen on these videos how I talk about my mother, and she and I are like this. We're very, very close. When we were growing up, however, me and my brother, my mother, well, to this day, my mother doesn't really care about food in the sense that it's sustenance. She was an okay cook. No offense, Ma, really. She was an okay cook, but not the greatest cook. Now, when it came to vegetables, she was horrible. I mean, horrible. You know how vegetables are supposed to be this vibrant, beautiful green? Well, it was like she looked at the green and said, oh no, you should be gray. And she would boil things down to a gray paste so that they had absolutely no nutrient value in them whatsoever by the time it was done. Broccoli looked like paper. She loved Brussels sprouts, and I hate to this day, I'm loving vegetables and all, but to this day, Brussels sprouts just don't do it for me. Brussels sprouts, she loved them, but she would boil them down so that they resembled, you know, concrete. When you're a kid, do you look at that and think, ooh, that's appetizing? No, you look at that like, I don't know what the hell you're trying to feed me, woman. Obviously, you're trying to poison me. Obviously. And that was my introduction to vegetables. So much so that as I grew up, if you asked me to reach for something and you gave me the choice between meat and potatoes, and vegetables, I'm reaching for the potatoes every single time. It's just something, you know what I mean? If you're not introduced to vegetables in a loving and kind way, when you're young, then when you're older, you just automatically think, oh no. And so people who are introduced to juicing and see something that looks like this think, oh no. Now you love my bright orange juices, my bright pink juices, even, you know, even people are starting to get into the whole beet juice thing, because beet juice has this sweetness to it, an earthy sweetness. It's almost like wine. And when you add things like carrot and grape and plum and pineapple. It's divine. You can get behind that because the color is so inviting. The color of that green juice is not inviting. However, I introduce you to think about it a new way because it's so good for you, first of all, and I promise you, it does taste good. I made this juice yesterday. Collards, I know most people think collards, what? Is there a ham hock or a turkey neck or something that no, just the collards. Collards with watercress, which I happen to absolutely love. Threw a little parsley in there, some ginger, some turmeric, and some apple and lemon. Now, I am a big fan of adding apple and lemon to my green juices so that it gives you a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tartness. With the ginger, it's like, oh, it's divine. It's divine. I'm not saying you gotta go whole hog into your green juices. I'm not saying that to start. I am saying, however, I want you to open yourself up to the idea that you can have a different relationship with vegetables in this liquid form. It's just that they don't taste the way you think they taste. You know, the beets and I used to hate sweet potatoes. I mean, like, I'm using the word hate here about sweet potatoes. I used to hate them. Yams and the whole Thanksgiving thing, oh no, absolutely not. I never really thought of myself as a picky eater, and I guess I really, really was. The idea of sweet potatoes just wigged me out, and it was not until I had my sweet potato dream juice, where I had the actual sweet potato in a juice and I could taste the actual flavor, that I started to fall in love with them. And that's what I want for you. I want you to start to fall in love with your juices. You don't have to be like me in the sense that when I walk into the produce section, I feel like dancing around like Julie Andrews on a mountaintop, I swear. I'm not saying that that's the giddiness that you need to feel right away, but start experimenting with your vegetables. You know, you have a fruit juice, and I know y'all are loving your fruit juices. Throw a little green in there, a little kale, a little collard, a little spinach, a little watercress if you can find it. Watercress you're going to find at your international markets and your Asian markets. I think they have it in Whole Foods, I'm not sure. I know that every time I go to an international market or an Asian market, I find it there, and watercress is fantastic for you. Parsley and cilantro, just to get that little spice in there. Start adding more green in. It's so fantastic for your body. Your cells will love you for it. Absolutely love you for it. Actually, this is calling my name. I'm going to take a little, if I can get the mason jar top off, take a little taste right now. Oh my God, that's so good. Who knew? I'll see you later.